There's no deep thoughts behind it whatsoever. It's just, it felt right.
That's a shower thought.
Yeah.
You know what? Sentient banana.
Yeah.
No, I'd love to get you on like a psychologist's couch and just be like, so why a banana?
Yeah.
Like growing up, was that a traumatizing thing? Like,
It was-
this banana keeps talking to me.
It's funny. Since I put the banana in the game, people have opened up to me with their banana stories. So they're like,
What?
It's like different countries have different associations with bananas, and then some people are like, you know what? I have a really deep banana trauma. It's like I can't take the sound of eating banana. I can't.
That's like rating pending kind of talk, right?
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
All right, so tell me a little bit, because I heard there's an interesting like history to this game.
Yeah. So it started quite a long time ago. Actually, over 10 years ago.
Okay.
I started making a like a Flash game.
Okay.
Like it all started as a Flash game.
Yep.
But then, I worked on it for, a year or something, and then I put it on ice, and then I started working at a company. And then once I left that company to go indie, I decided to pick up where I left off, and like finish it off and release it. So I did that. It got released as a Flash game at first in 2014.
Okay.
And it got quite popular. People liked it. They kept asking for more, and it sort of gave me the confidence to like put time and energy into make it a proper big game.
Sure. Now, when you say you released it as a Flash game, like, was it like a Newgrounds or like a something like this website like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I released it's available on like Newgrounds, Congregate,
Okay, cool.
those sort of things. And the beautiful
Hours
thing,
and hours spent on those sites just playing wacky ass games.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. And actually, the game does have roots in other Flash games.
Okay.
There was a game like, Madness Combat. I don't know if you ever played that. It was
I probably have.
was-
Like,
it was-
there's hundreds of Flash games out
Yeah.
there that I've probably had my fingers on.
Yeah. So it's sort of like it's that feeling, I guess, sort of that sparked the initial idea, I think.
I like the game makes you feel better about what you're doing by saying that these are drug smugglers.
Right.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like reminding
There's-
you're the good guy here.
yeah.
bad people.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
You're not just
they
going on a
deserve
killing
it.
spree for
Yeah.
no reason. Like,
Actually, the place you start in the game, it's called Old Town, and it's basically where the sort of retired mobsters go that they thought they got away with like a lifetime of crime.
Oh, they thought.
But then they're sort of like they're getting what's coming to them, isn't it?
I like the answer to bit me.
Then Pedro hits and it all goes to hell.
Yeah.
I'm just fascinated by that banana. It's like Cortana, like,
That's
Cortana
exactly what it
banana.
Yeah.
Or like Navi from Zing.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
just like pops in and tells you something except for
It's like an
usually-
aggressive Donnie Darko Cortana.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
And it's very, very complimentary, which
Great job.
It's
Good
so nice.
headshot.
Yeah.
Good work.
Yeah. It's
now, as far as like the level design and stuff like that, you actually you mentioned a previous job. You did level design for some other stuff, right?
Yeah. So my sort of like professional gaming career, game developer career started at Media Molecule.
Okay.
So I was working on Little Big Planet 1, 2, and Tearaway for the Vita. And I was like a level designer there.
So you got chops. Yeah, you got experience.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
yes. I would like to think so. Yeah, I spent 6 years of my life there, and every day.
And all that experience in Tearaway led to
It's
violent My Friend Pedro.
you can only do cute stuff for so
That's,
long.
I understand. This is like that response, that like elastic response the other way.
Yeah.
How many later rooms do you see where there are things maybe you didn't catch the first time that you could use in your approach to just causing massive destruction?
That's a great question. Yeah, so the things like the game is quite linear, and you go through it, but there are sprinkles of stuff here and there that you sort of you could just run past, but then later on discover. For example, there's a frying pan. You'll probably see a little bit later. That sort of once you discover it, and you see oh, there was I saw something like that before, and then you can go back and you see the sort of ingredients that you can use to.
It's just like a multi-playthrough kind of thing. Like you go into a room, you stop, and you shoot a light and go, oh, I can use that.
That's
Next
exactly
playthrough,
it.
you start creating an orchestra of violence.
Yeah,
That's exactly it. He sent me the build, and it was I go through and I'm just shooting everything. Then I watched a video he submitted for the trailer, and I'm like, oh, you can go in there and jump kick a knife into a guy's head and then shoot off the frying pan. I'm like, I felt like such a loser, but that's how the discovery of how you can go through these levels is really neat.
Yeah, I thought that would be obvious.
I know.
It's not where everyone
Wow.
does.
I'm dumb. You got to keep in mind I'm also a very dumb person.
But you're a good-looking guy, so that
No, I don't have that going for me either. It's not going
No,
well.
and when you said that was a great question, I wanted you to pick up the banana and pretend like that was a great question.
I am not giving Twitch chat any reason.
Can I keep that banana, by the way?
Tuck this in right here.
Yeah, dude, get a banana.
Here it comes.
Excellent.
There you go.
Here it comes.
A banana in your shoulder.
So what are some of the like unlockables or
Jesus Christ.
items or whatever?
Yeah. So the game sort of starts you
Oh,
off
this
and it
is even
teaches
better. Here we
you
go.
like all the sort of moves and things you can do like straight away, and then it's sort of up to you. So it's rather than like you seeing a number going up, it's more like your skill as a player get better the more you get comfortable with the controls and things.
Okay.
But then as you progress through the game, the way the game gets interesting is like introduces new weapons and the like in the level design, like each.
Please continue.
Yeah, just a little friend.
I'm gonna slowly decorate this set.
So yeah, the levels sort of like, you know, they give you new ingredients like the frying pan we mentioned, and eventually you get like a skateboard, and then you know, other little things like, you know, swinging through windows and sort of ramps up in intensity, and then sometimes it goes a little bit sort of puzzle light, so it's like tickle different parts of your brain. if
Oh,
you
okay,
like,
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's
You know, I remember watching the trailer during it was on during the Devolver conference, right?
Right, exactly.
The Devolver conference.
Right after the person was set on fire.
Exactly. But I saw the skateboard.
Right.
And I thought that you might go through the entire thing with a skateboard, but no, that's something you get later.
That is, yeah, it's like, it's actually sort of an optional thing.
Okay.
And it's that sort of mentality of like, you know, it's there for you if you like, or maybe you got a better idea how to approach things. Yeah, so it's like those things you'll find scattered throughout the level.
I think about a game like The Incredible Hulk or Prototype, where there's a balance of the game's never overtly challenging. It's more or less to have fun. You're so
Yeah.
overpowered to the point where you can die, but it's not as likely if you're just
Yeah.
doing the right things. Is it
Yeah.
the same approach to this game?
Yeah, absolutely. So there are 3 different difficulty modes. Like there's a harder one that for the people. Some people crave like I need a challenge in order
Yes.
to do the cool stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But the way I like to approach it is, you know, I don't want to punish you too much for trying to do cool things. Like, you know.
That's my favorite
Actually, yeah, the
laugh.
frying pan coming up here.
Oh yeah,
So,
here's the
you know,
all
this is the golden moment.
beloved frying pan.
So you kick it up and you shoot it, and you know.
Get the fuck out of that's so cool.
You see how easy that was, man? That could have been you.
Yeah, it could have been me, but I wasn't. I'm just that guy playing it like Mega Man until
high school
Victor taught me
quarterback.
how to do it.
It's, you know,
Oh, you can keep it with you? What?
Yeah, keep it through the window.
Some people insist on bringing the frying pan all the way to the end, even though sometimes I make it extra difficult because you're not meant to bring it there. But if you get it
That's
past that
me.
point, yeah. Then
I'm trying to break the game.
some people even give the frying pan names. Like somebody gave
I'm
it.
not gonna do that.
Somebody named it Peter Pan.
Peter Pan?
This is why IHOP changed the name.
Man,
Things like this happening.
don't get me started on that. We have half an hour on that. I'm angry. I'm angry.
So tell me, I see we're dual wielding automatic machine guns.
Yeah.
I guess. But what are there weapons that you can? I know that you can do environmental weapons, but are there other handheld weapons?
Yeah, so a nice one of my favorites, is shotgun. And then
Of course.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
obviously. And the cool thing with the shotgun, if you're sort of close enough to an enemy, you'll blow the enemy into bits.
Makes sense.
And then you can use those bits as weapons, basically. So if you're
I think I saw that
Yeah.
too. Yeah, you blow them and you like kick the bit.
yeah, so
Oh
you
my.
like blow someone, the head flies into the air, and before the head lands, you can kick it into like a close by enemy to like knock them out. You know.
I picture you
Oh.
sitting like
Yes.
you're like 13 years old and you're like, what if I shot a guy with a shotgun and then his head blew apart,
Yeah.
but then I took part of his head and I threw it at another guy?
That's the mentality.
Yeah,
actually.
it's great. No, when you said tickling my brain, it's exactly what this game does. It's like you feel like it looks like you do stuff and you feel like such a badass.
It's actually that's the key idea for me was I wanted to make the player feel like they're doing the
Oh
cool
my
stuff.
God, that's sick.
Oh yeah, so this is a sort of a boss level. So every once in a while in the game there'll be a level that breaks things up a bit. So you play a bit differently, and you know ramps up the intensity. So this is
You made a fanfic game. It is like the lunchroom conversation of like, what if you could like, what if you do this?
I think of it sort of like Bollywood action film.
There you go.
It's sort of like
Yep.
like, do we need a reason? Oh, you know, it looks cool, or like it sounds cool, so let's try it. You know.
There is one thing I really, really wanted to mention that I thought was super cool that you talked about. When you complete a level, what happens?
Right, yeah. So at the end of each level, the game tries to figure out like one of the cooler moments, and then you can save that as a GIF or GIF.
Or Jeff.
Yeah, sorry.
Burn it!
GIF, or you can like tweet it straight from the game. So that.
I've never been particularly fond of violence, but these are bad people that need to be stopped. So let's get crazy. Let's get weird. Let's get, well, bananas.